I'm Teresa from TMD out and about in LA. Today we are with David Sadie from Label and Label.
Yes, I'm
Hey
excited to be
David,
here. How you guys doing?
great.
Good.
Why don't you show us what you do
Yes, please come
inside?
on in. So here at Label and Label, we print and manufacture clothing labels, patches. We do hang tags for clothing, woven labels, heat transfer labels, pretty
Wow.
much anything when it comes to branding for your brand. So if you want to come on in over here, we just have most of our stock labels that we carry in stock, like little size tabs.
So you do like this is a size tab that you would put with another label
Correct.
in a garment.
Correct. We have all sizes from extra, extra small to 6X, zeros,
Oh, good to know. And in black and white, right?
and in
Which is
black and
very
white.
important depending on your label color.
Correct. And even numbered sizes like 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, all the way up to maybe 44.
Wonderful.
And
And
some,
those you stock,
yeah,
right? You don't
everything
import.
up here is we keep in stock. We have care labels like this that say 100% cotton, machine wash cold, with the sizes. Some have no size. We have 100% polyester option, 50/50, like 50/50 cotton poly.
And those come like how many to a box?
Those, it depends. The woven label comes in a thousand pieces per bag,
Mm-hmm.
and we have like printed ones like the one you see up here that have 250 pieces per bundle.
Okay. And then you can buy whatever size
Whatever size
array that
with
you
it.
need.
Correct. So this is everything up here is stock.
But
Um,
primarily what you guys do is printed labels. Is that correct?
Primarily, yes, printed labels. But we also do woven labels and heat transfer labels. But we order those out, but we get them done, within a week, week and a half
Oh, okay.
for all domestic runs.
So when you do the printed label, you do it printed on a ribbon, right? Is that what all this is here?
Correct. It's either printed on satin, mostly satin. But we do have other options where it's kind of like flat polyester or cotton labels where it's kind of like a canvas type of a feel.
Mm-hmm.
And we use the machines, if you guys want to follow me, the machines back here. It's kind of a different printing process than the satin
Hi,
ones.
Naomi.
For example, like more of like a canvas type of a label. We use these machines back here. As you can see, this
Ah.
one's a poly cotton blend.
And that
Um,
has like more of a cotton feel.
More of a cotton feel, exactly.
And it comes in different widths.
Different widths, up to 2 inches. So anything from a half an inch to all the way up to 2 inches in quarter-inch denominations.
And that is a color. Is it only
It
natural color?
so it's natural, and we also have white. There's like a white canvas here, for example. This is a
Oh, I
one.
see.
This is a 1 1/4 inch white canvas. Has the herringbone on it.
And then above it is that satin, like in blue.
This one, yeah, this
The
one's
blue is
satin.
gonna fall. It looks very
Yeah,
precarious.
it's satin. This one's also twill tape. Um, but yeah, for 90% of it, of the labels that we actually print here is either satin or flat poly, or twill tape, which is also another canvas.
And then on the printed labels, what's the lead time on something like that?
Couple days,
The quick one.
quick ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, the satin ones usually the same day or the next day. But anything that involves making a plate, which is for these machines back here, it's about 2 to 3 days.
Is this the same type of machine?
Same type of machine, yes. This one is just has a bigger chase, is what we call it. So let's say I'm doing a really wide artwork, like for this one's about 4 inches long. I'm able to use this machine. This one's a little bit smaller one, so if you have a 4 inch artwork, it won't fit on this one. This one's good for up to 3 inches.
You can see the little label in there about to be printed.
Mm-hmm.
Are these guys done, or you're just starting out
No,
on
I
them?
think these are done.
And then they cut it off.
They
Now,
just cut
and you
it off
cut them
for
individually. Is it like
correct.
heat cut? How do you?
Correct. It's a heat cut or an end fold
Mm-hmm.
or center fold. So depending on which one of those three options you do, we have to use different machineries. And so this is an example of a straight cut using the white canvas.
Mm-hmm.
No fold. Looks like the
Cut
sewer
it.
is going to be folding it. And
You would fold the label like this when you put
correct.
it in that garment.
Correct. This is a centerfold label where we machine center. We printed on white satin. This was the whole label, and then
it comes already folded.
correct, yeah. Then we send it to the cut and fold machine, and then the finished product is
Cut out.
yep,
And
just like that.
cut and fold.
Cut and fold. And end fold. Let me see if I have some laying around. I should. I have it right here with this order.
Are those stickers that you guys?
These are these ones right here are hang tags.
So you guys do
Yeah,
these as
please,
well?
we do hang
look at
tags.
that,
Yep.
hang tags.
Depending on how thick it is, how special, like our specialty hang tags, it could go from 2-day turnaround up to 2 weeks turnaround time. So this is an example of a end fold label on flat poly, which is our poly cotton material.
This side, and then the edges are folded in.
Correct.
So that they can sew it into the garment.
That is correct.
Will you guys also put the cord on the hang tags, or
We
that you leave that up?
on the specialty ones we do, but it depends on really where I'm. See, we do hang tags in house, and with some we have to outsource depending on how thick it is and how specialized it is. The ones we do in house, we don't string them up, but the ones like the little thicker ones like these, they come like we could string them up, get them strung up for you.
Those are great. Beautiful work.
Right.
Love it.
And we have different string options. I don't have any in house to show you, but there's about 20 options to choose from. Whether it's
any size on the hang tag too.
Any size on the hang tag.
The artwork.
Correct. Just send over the artwork, and we'll get it laid out.
And how about these machines over here? Is that a different process?
So these two machines here, this is for garment dye. This is for dye resistant labels. Jerry, if you want to come around, maybe get a view of this. You can see like this machine's off right now, but this is usually like a 400-degree iron here, where you can see how it's changing. It's dyeing it, the label. So if you ever send your garment through garment dye after you already sewn on the labels, the ink will stay, but the material will take the dye. So let's say you're making a red shirt and you want the label to be red also, but you want the ink to stay on the label. The ground color will turn red, but the ink will hold.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, garment dye labels.
You know about that option.
Yeah, and this is a double-sided one, so I print front and back.
You can see them.
Yeah. I could even lift up the casing here, and you can see how it's a double-sided label. Looks like the iron was cooling down, but it's supposed to be changing. The dye is getting dyed right here. From like brown to dark green.
And you guys are family owned, is that correct?
Correct, for almost 30 years.
30 years. Oh my goodness.
30 years.
And how long have you been here with them?
I've been here full-time 7 years, but in and out my whole life. You know, I remember.
I'm sure you grew up on the factory
Oh
floor.
Yeah, I did. I think I was like printing labels when I was like 4 years old, always like making a mess, not being able to hold it.
Now you're holding down the fort.
Yes, I am. So this is our heat transfers. We offer all these different types of. You could go through it because there's so many different types of heat transfers.
So this is gonna go.
It's
printed out on.
We print it out on film, like some kind of vinyl. So we deliver the product like this to the client, where let's say this was the client's logo, for example.
It's cut out already.
It's already
ready.
Correct, and then you just put it against the garment, and then you apply with the heat, and then you peel off the film, and the logo will stay. Heat transfer is like a tagless. You see it a lot on activewear, where people don't like labels on their activewear. They kind of want it to be directly on.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
They don't want to bother with.
That's correct.
Oh, these are great. I didn't know you had this capability.
We do these.
Wonderful.
And then these are some patches examples. These are like some oversized patches. These are really big. And there's several types of patches. This is a full embroidered patch. This is the most common one that you guys see out there on maybe hats and backpacks and sweaters and things of that nature, like really heavy duty.
They're really intricate.
Right. And then this is another type of patches. It's like really a woven label, but it's they add an embroidered edge around it, and it has like a more of a patch feel because it's thicker.
And you do adhesive back on it? You
Correct.
do it
This
as
has
well?
correct. Both of these have the option for adhesive back.
Perfect.
So, and we do any size, any color. We just need the Pantone color and the artwork, and we're good to go there.
Can you tell us a little bit about your lead times for each different product you do? So, for example,
Definitely.
this in stock, how does that work?
So in stock, everything's ready to go. You could just walk in, or and pick out what you want, or you could just email me ahead of time and I can prepare it for you. Let's say you need 100,000 bags, instead of coming here waiting 5 or 10 minutes for me to put it together, I'll have that ready for you. But when it comes to more of the custom things, custom care labels, main labels with your brand or patches, anything custom, it would be best for me to receive the email with the artwork of, let's say, your logo, or if it's a care label with no logo, just, you know, the care label already laid out, and just email that to me. Let me know the dimensions, whether it's a 1 inch by 3 inch label, a 2 by 2, etc. Um, and if it is a woven label, I would need the Pantone colors. If there is, if it's other than black or white, like gray or blue or any of the colors, I would need the Pantone colors.
Okay. Or a reference of
Or
some
yeah,
type.
or that's correct.
Color reference.
Printed labels take about 1 to 2 days, depending on the quantity. Sometimes even more. If it's like over 100,000, it'll probably be 3 days. If the multicolor labels that are printed that I need to order a plate will take about 3 days. Woven labels about a week and a half. Same with the patches, and the heat transfer, about, it depends, because there's so many different types and some of them have different printing process and drying processes, but most float around 1 week. Some of the more intricate ones, that like a high stretch, that we have to add a compound to make it, like let's say you're going on activewear and it's really stretchy, we gotta put different compounds in it and it's a different drying process. It takes about a week and a half for those.
Right. So that, I mean, it's all pretty quick. And right here in downtown LA, you can get your labels made in
Definitely
about a week or two in the max.
at the max. Yeah,
That's a wonderful thing to have in our back pocket.
Yeah, nothing exceeds 2 weeks unless I have to order from overseas, and that could go up to 3 weeks.
Right, but that's a pretty quick process here.
Right.
What are you seeing the changes and the challenges, or
the past 2 years, like we had, during COVID, there was a lot of restrictions in China, production, a lot of, and then the lead times were, and then not only that, the freight charge with the container price going up, just the logistics of getting anything from overseas.
China GDP is declining too.
Tell us what brought you to Los Angeles? Brought you to Los Angeles. You were born in Japan, right?
I was born in Japan. I worked, and before I came, I worked in Tokyo for many number of years in government, especially government office. So it was challenged. It was challenging.
I bet.
The vision that I was working at was helping like Thailand, Malaysia, to help them to economically advanced
their country.
So what I did was, people go there to investigate or assess the situation, and came back to the office, and I had to translate all this report into English and Japanese.
But I think she was here just learning English, and then she met Fred.
I met the guy. He just came from Germany. So he didn't speak up maybe a word of English.
Oh my goodness.
So he spoke German.
Well, he built a label empire
right
here.
He did. We were one of the first label companies in Los Angeles.
Yes, and everybody comes here, and you guys are amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Of course, thank you guys.
It's been a pleasure to see all your capabilities.
Yes, thank you so much. My pleasure.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, Teresa. Appreciate it.